Have you ever wondered the difference between being rich and being wealthy? Everyone's heard the term it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep. But if it was so easy, everyone would do it. What stops the poor from not making more money and spending less? And what makes the rich have so much money that they don't even know what to do with it? In this video, we're going to be talking about cash flow. And we're going to be using Robert Kiyosaki's terms for cash flow. So first, let's talk about what cash flow actually is. Cash flow is simple. It's the money moving in and out of your pocket. Think of it like a river. If more water, money, is flowing in than out, you're in a good shape. But if more is flowing out than in, you're in trouble. The rich focus on creating streams of income that flow into their pockets, while the poor and middle class often focus on only their paycheck. I just got in an argument with my dad the other day because I'm living at my mom's currently because I'm smart, and I was saying, hey, you shouldn't be paying your bills first, Dad. You should be paying yourself first. I read a book called Profit First. And he said, man, where are you living at right now? I said, my mom's. He said, exactly. So why are you trying to tell me about a house if you don't even got a house? Okay, cool. I won't say nothing else. I won't say nothing else. But you've been working for 40 years. I would hope to have a house at the end of 40 years. And this is not a slide towards my dad. This is a slide towards every single person who have fell for the American trap. That just because you work for 40 years and you got a house that's not paid off, you think that you got something going on. I'm a 23-year-old entrepreneur. I don't got to go to work on Monday just like you. And you think that you're richer than me. I'm relatively way richer than you. Because we make almost the same thing and I'm working from home. And I just record a video, post it, and I haven't even got paid for YouTube yet. But eventually these assets will pay me too. Because you're giving me your attention. And the currency is what you get paid for in the year 2025. And until something changes, I'm going this way. Versus slaving and doing implementation, and my back hurts and my neck hurts, and I come home and I can't even do nothing for me because I'm so tired and exhausted. I literally just broke out of my warehouse job 120 days ago, and I built this online business to where now I train entrepreneurs who are trying to build their body and business because I lost 100 pounds. So I monetized what I was already doing because I got tired of the trap of just work a job and you can work as hard as you want, but you don't control your paycheck. Like, no, I work 16 to 20-hour days because I know at any given month I can pop out with $100,000 in a month. And I've been creating cash flow for myself. And that's going to be another video of how I create cash flow. But in this video, we're just going to understand cash flow. So let's keep going. Why cash flow matters. Here's the thing. Income alone doesn't make you wealthy. You could make $100,000 a year, but if your expenses are $110,000, you're broke. Because your cash flow is what gives you freedom. It's the money left over after you paid your bills. Positive cash flow means that you're not just surviving, you're thriving. So if you have $110,000 coming out, but you only have $100,000 coming in, but I have $30,000 coming in, but I only have $20,000 coming out, I'm richer than you. And imagine if I'm working from home for my $30,000 and I got to pay out $20,000 and I make 10, and you're going to slave 80-hour weeks for your $110,000 to still pay out 100. That's cash flow, and that's understanding it, and that's the trade that most people make. And they're usually not even making the $110,000. They're making like 40 to 60 for 40 to 80-hour work weeks, and their overtime gets taxed. They print money. You then go work for it. They tax that money. Then you go spend money. They tax it again. I wish I would go work for money. I trade value for money. That's it. That's all I do now. I attract money now. I trade my value for it. I pay for everything in offers. I pay for everything in offers, so it's as soon and eventually everything will cost the same. Eventually the pack of this mic that I have right here, this head thing, will cost the same as a private jet because I paid for it with an offer. Myron Golden talks about this all the time. If I create $1 million offer and let's say I need to travel on a jet for a year and the jet is going to cost me $2 million. Well, if I sell 3 of these a year, I just made $1 million just to travel. Does that sink into you? Let's go smaller because you're like, I'm not going to ever have no $1 million offer. You're thinking too small. So let's say if you have a $10 offer and you sell 10 of these a month, that's $100. Well, let's say the 10 that you can be doing is you sell candy. You sell $10 boxes of candy and you get 10 of these going. You got $10 boxes. It's a snack pack at school. You call it snack packs. Here, get your snack pack. You got a Lunchable. You get this. You get that. You hungry. You get this. Whatever. Snack packs. $10 packages. You sell 10 of those a month. That makes you $100. If you spend $50 on it, you're still profitable $50. That's 50% profits. Now imagine if you can do this every day. You now go from $50 a month to now $50 a day. That 50 times 30 is now $1,500 off of snack packs. And you'll have the whole school talking about it because you got the snack packs. And they will stop even bringing their lunches because you got snack packs. and then you get better, and then you make a $20 one, and then you make a $50 one, and then you make a bundle for the week and say, hey, I'll just bring you the 4 for the week, just give me 100, or I'll just bring you, and then you make the deals, and that's how you bring in cash flow. And of course, you make people work for you and with you, and that way you don't have to be doing the work. I remember when I was selling t-shirts in school, I had made $500 in a day. $500 in a day as a high schooler, because I had people working for me on my behalf. I've always been an entrepreneur. I just didn't know it. I had people coming to the bathroom to give me money after them going to sell shirts for me on my behalf. And I have proof to vouch for this. I have videos, proof, and all this. But if you can't trust that I made $500 in a day in high school, you got a long way to go with all the fake stuff on the internet. Like, you think I'm gonna lie about $500 in high school? Come on. So Robert Kiyosaki teaches that the rich buy assets while the poor buy liabilities. Assets are things that put money in your pockets, like rental properties, stocks, or businesses. Liabilities are things that take money out, like car payments or credit cards. If you want to positive cash flow, focus on building assets and minimalizing liabilities. So let's go back to why I moved home. Paying for an apartment $2,500 a month is a liability. It's going straight to someone else every single month. I probably spent over 60 grand in rent over the last 3 years. I moved out at the age 19 and moved back at like 22 because I realized that I was going in an endless cycle, and I almost got evicted. And I was like, okay, I can't breathe because I'm playing defense. I need to play offense. As soon as I moved home, my business took off. And it's not a coincidence. It's because I can finally think. The hardest job in the world to do is think. And entrepreneurs, we get paid to think. That's why it's terrible to kill your brain cells. And I'm fighting my vices so I can get rid of anything that's tampering with my brain, so I can think at the highest level possible and have as many brain points as possible that I can use, because we only have a certain amount of brain points that you get in a day. Think of it like a battery percentage, like a charger. Right now I'm recording this YouTube video. It's number 3. So if I'm 30% into this video, but I'm recording this after my whole day, I'm probably not going to finish that video because I'm like, I have no bandwidth. I won't even probably be speaking this fast because I took too long to record the video. That's why I started with this at 1 o'clock, because I was already feeling tired. And I'm like, okay, if I wait any longer, these videos won't get done. And just like that, because I started 3 videos later, now I can say, okay, at least I got 3 long form videos on 3 different channels. And that's my average day compared to someone else who's trying to do 1 video on 1 channel for the week. I'm trying to do 3 videos on 3 channels for the day. Because the more content you create, the more attention you can grab, the currency will just build off of that. That is cash flow. That's an example of how I'm creating cash flow as a 23-year-old entrepreneur. Let's keep going. How to create positive cash flow. Here are 3 steps to start creating positive cash flow. 1, track your money. Know exactly what's going in and what's coming out. Number 2, invest in assets. Start small. Buy stocks, invest in real estate, and start a side hustle. Number 3, cut liabilities. Reduce unnecessary expenses like subscriptions or high interest debt. Okay, so for number 1, the track your money. I put that on my habit trackers of track all money in. I check my bank account and my revenue every single day. It's like tradition. I check my revenue from all streams, from my affiliates, from my business. If I had YouTube monetization, I would check that too. I don't have it yet. So subscribe if you're finding this valuable, because it helps, and it helps me keep coming back, because this is not free. I took my time, and you're watching this with your time. It already costs. So you might as well press the subscribe button, because that's the only thing that's actually free. Invest in assets. What assets are you investing in? I started investing in $10 a week into stocks, and in 6 months, it 10x'd. So you need to start investing. I went from having $100 in my account to 2 bands sitting in my stock account just over the course of months. Not because it invested on its own, but because I kept putting money in, and I got addicted to it because I like seeing the number go up. And now I'm like, oh, I got to 2, I can get to 10. If I got to 10, I can get to 20. I have never had $1,000 saved in the stock market ever, until I started my own business and I started understanding what about assets versus liabilities. I don't buy a house or a car before I invest in myself. I would rather Uber and work in the Uber than order a car and then pay $500 a month out to the car, and then the car is now hurting me, and now I can be using that $500 to get 50 videos a month out. If I paid $10 a video, and a guy in Pakistan too, which I do, I actually pay $10 a video to edit these videos, not these specifically, but on Instagram, it takes me $10 a video, but that's for me 2 hours to edit each short. So if I pay back $500 to get back 50 hours or 100 hours, how can you trade that? Because in those 100 hours, that's 2 work weeks. In those 2 work weeks, I could probably make $2 to $3 grand minimum each week, depending on what I do. And if not, if I don't make it in a day, because that's how entrepreneurship is. You're not capped. I can make $10,000 today if the right leads come in. I can make $100,000 if the right leads come in today. And that's what I love about entrepreneurship. You don't need 100 days in a row of having the best. I can make someone's yearly revenue in a day. I can make someone's 2-year revenue in a month if it's possible. I haven't done it yet. If so, you would already be watching me. And by the time I do, you're probably on this video because I've done that. So I have enough proof. And I'm telling you, there's going to be guys watching this at the beginning, and there's going to be guys watching this at the end. And it's like guys or girls. But people who care about investing or learning about cash flow, whoever's watching this, depending on the amount of proof I have is going to depend on how many people watch this. Because that's how much cash flow you have to create. You got to create so much cash flow where others want to get your cash flow. Like, how did he get that? How did he get that lifestyle? That's what lifestyle marketing is. I am a serial entrepreneur. I have a company. It's called Health is Wealth. And I have a free community. I have a Health is Wealth Academy. It costs $99 a month. And I have a Health is Wealth VIP. It costs $5,000 for the year. If I sell to 200 people to this $5,000 offer, I make $1 million. If I sell 1,000 people, if I sell 10,000 people this $100 offer, I'll make $1 million again. And then for this free thing, I have a $20 product in there. If I sell that to 50,000 people, I will make $1 million again. Guess what? I don't have to pick. I have all three. That's $3 million. And now it's just how fast can I do that? Not including affiliates, not including any books, not including YouTube, not including all these other revenue streams that I'm stacking on the back end, not including when I start putting my merch on each shirt so you see it and you're like, oh, what is that? I want what he's wearing. That's kind of pretty cool. You go check the link and you see it. It's $37. I get paid $20 after they ship it. And that's just subliminal marketing. You know, that's why I don't have Nike on my shirt right now, because why would I market them when I can market me? If I ain't marketing me, I ain't marketing nobody. Remember this: cash flow is the foundation of financial freedom. And if you're looking to get cash flow and you're wondering how I built cash flow, watch the next video that talks about how I got cash flow and how to build cash flow and how I got cash flow as an entrepreneur. I'll see you in the next video. Be wealthy.